What's up, guys, and welcome to the Game Garage. My name's Billy, and for today's episode, we're going to be looking at a few of my recent pickups. A lot of these are games that have been on my never-ending list of games to get for quite some time, so I'm pretty excited. Alright, so let's jump right into it. Alright, first up, we have a sports title, and I know so many people don't like sports titles, but I'm not one of those people. I happen to really like sports titles and really love the extreme sports, and this is one of them. So that is Cool Borders 2001 on the PlayStation 1. Now, Cool Borders is a series that I don't have a lot of experience with. Most of my childhood I spent playing games like Sledstorm, Tony Hawk's Pro Skater, of course, and different extreme sports games like that, but never really got into the Cool Borders series, so I'm pretty excited to pick this up. Alright, next is a couple of 3DS games that I picked up for the cheap at Walmart of all places, and they were on clearance. So the first one is Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate on the 3DS. Now, many of you know what Monster Hunter is, and this game does not disappoint. If you like Monster Hunter, or you like, somewhat open world, not really games that you just go around and kill beasts and hunt and bring them back and level up your weapons and armor and different things, this game's for you. Alright, next is Steel Diver on the 3DS. I haven't played too much of this game yet. I did play a little bit of it just to try it out, and I was kind of impressed for the price point that I picked it up for, that it was actually pretty decent. So kind of excited about this one to get into it more. So I'll have to do an update video about this and keep you posted. Alright, next up is a dual pack of two different games that I picked up on sale on Amazon. And that is for the PSP, and they are, I don't know if you can read that, Hot Shots Tennis Get a Grip and Hot Shots Golf Open Tee. Now, they came complete, brand new, actually brand new, sealed in the box, complete, and I'm actually excited about this one. Hot Shots Golf is a game I've played quite a bit on the PlayStation 2 and different various consoles, and Hot Shots Tennis, I don't believe I've played a Hot Shots Tennis game, but I'm always looking for fun, wacky sports games so that have a little more cartoonish appeal to them. So definitely excited about these. Alright, next up we have some PS3 games that I picked up. And the first one is a game I've been looking for a while. I was kind of interested in because I'm a huge fan of the NFL Street series on PS2, but I don't have anything in NBA Street. I have all those on PS2 as well, but this is FIFA Street on PS3. Now, kind of bittersweet with this one. I would highly recommend to fans of FIFA, because it plays like FIFA. It's exactly what the title says. It is FIFA in the street. It is not an EA Big title. It's just EA Sports title. EA Big, of course, made the NBA Street and NFL Street on PS2. So that's not what this game is. This game is a simulation sports game that takes place in neighborhoods and streets, alleys, different various locations like that. So if you're a fan of FIFA, I would highly recommend it. If you're a fan of the cartoon graphics and everything of NFL Street and the over-the-top moves and stuff, you might not be fully into this one. So, all right, next up is a racing, I guess it's kind of a combat racer hybrid that I've been looking at for a while. I know tons of people have recommended this game and said it was a super bargain. Picked it up for $5, and that is Split Second on PS3. You know, Split Second, I'm sure a lot of you have played. Basically, you get points for drifting and different things, and then you can cause wrecks or things in the world to crumble that would hinder your opponents from winning and give you an edge. So it's kind of neat. The driving feels decent. It's not my favorite. Takes a little bit of getting used to, but highly recommend this. It is a really fun game. All right, next up is one that I picked up kind of in lieu of my son. My son loves ATV racing games and just different racing games, monster trucks, as all boys do. So that is Pure on the PS3, and we haven't played it a whole lot, and it's kind of, I guess it's kind of disappointing to me in that on the PS2, me and my wife loved the ATV Off-Road Fury series and different, MX versus ATV and those kinds of games. And there's been kind of a lack of those style of games recently. The ones that we have picked up, I do have some for PS4 and everything, but I just been kind of not really sufficing that itch, you would say. But Pure, definitely a decent pickup for a couple bucks. So me and my son excited about that one. All right, next up is a couple of Xbox 360 games, and for the first one, it's a RPG that everybody recommends on Xbox 360. I picked it up because it finally went down in price a little bit. It was hanging right around 17 bucks, so I picked it up for about 10. So I'm really excited about it. I've played it a little bit, but I'm really wanting to get into it more. It's just really hard to find the time for that. But that is Lost Odyssey on the Xbox 360. Now, for those of you that have an Xbox 360, I'm sure you already know about this game, but those of you who don't have this game, I can't honestly recommend it yet. I haven't played it quite enough, but what I have played so far, I have really enjoyed, and I know it gets rave reviews, so I'll definitely be keeping you updated about this game, let you know what I think about it. All right, next up is a game that I got kind of for me and my wife as well. We picked up for a couple bucks on the cheap. So that is Lego Pirates of the Caribbean, the video game. Now, I would highly recommend this if you're a fan of Pirates of the Caribbean or a fan of the Lego video game series. It is just like every other Lego video game series I've played from, I guess, about a couple years ago. They've kind of made a change now where they play a little more open world now. But this one is the old style. You just smash stuff, collect all the gems, collect the gold bricks, different things. But this one's really neat if you like the Pirates of the Caribbean universe because it plays through, I believe, the first four movies. So the first four movies it plays through. So there's a lot of content in it, a lot of fun to be had. So definitely excited about that one as well. All right, next up we have a couple GameCube games, which is kind of rare for me. I don't really purchase a whole lot of GameCube games because the ones that are really not worth getting, but the ones that are really sought after are pretty expensive nowadays. So I picked this one up because me and my wife are huge fans of the Harry Potter series. I know it's not a great game, but we just had to have it to say we have it, basically. But that is Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire. Now, yes, I know everybody hates, or not hates, but I believe The Goblet of Fire is the least liked movie for a lot of people, but I didn't think it was all that bad. But the game is, even for the time it came out, let's face it, it's pretty dated as far as the graphics and gameplay go, but still some fun to be had and just neat to play through the story. So, really neat game. All right, next one is a kind of a wacky sports tile. I've never heard of it before. I know some of you might know about it. Not in the greatest condition, the case isn't, but it was complete, so I could probably get a new case for it, make it look a whole lot better. So, but that is Freestyle Street Soccer by Acclaim. Now, Freestyle Street Soccer, now, unlike FIFA Street, this game plays... It doesn't play like NFL Street or NBA Street, but it is a Blockbuster exclusive as well. Could I kind of notice that? But it does play more like a street game. It is more adult. I believe it's teen for some language and stuff, but it is over the top. I mean, some of the characters in it are just crazy, just over the top. So if you're looking for a quick little pickup, the games did take, I want to say the game took about 15 minutes to play through, but if you're just looking for something to pick up, a little sports game that's just a fun title, just to have some fun for a little bit, definitely a solid pickup, and I'll definitely be playing it more. So, All right, next one is a game that I had to get, and I know some of y'all are fans of this game out there, and that is Dance Dance Revolution Mario Mix. Now on the GameCube. Now we bought this because we had in my wife's closet. She had a um, a dance pad from GameStop that supported GameCube and supported PS2. And we went to her parents' house and I found it in the closet. I was like, "Oh, what is this?" It says GameStop. So we found that, and then we've been in the process of picking up some DDR Max, Max 2, different games for that on PS2, and then I saw this for $5, so I had to have it. So it is exactly what it says. It's Dance Dance Revolution with Mario in it. So there's that. All right, now let's see. Next up, we have some quite a few PS2 games. Which PS2, I'll just let y'all know by my shirt, I am kind of biased. That's kind of what my heritage is PlayStation gaming, and PS2 especially because there's just such a plethora of genres of games and just so many games in each genre. So just really fun to collect for right now, and the games are super cheap, so I highly recommend looking at that. But first up is a couple games that I bought for my son. I actually took my son to the used game store and let him pick out a couple, and these were the two he came up with. And the first one he come up with is ATV Quad Power Racing 2. I don't know how many of you are familiar with this, but I was thinking it was going to be kind of like the ATV Off-Road Fury series, but it's not. You know, as you can kind of see on the cover, he's kicking the guy behind him, and that's what it is. It's an ATV racing game, but it has some kind of road rash style elements to it where you can elbow or punch or kick the guy next to you to try and get ahead. So kind of neat. Definitely want to spend some more time with that one. All right, next up is a game that he picked out. Not a great game, but for a couple bucks. I mean, I think they were buy one get one free, so I had to have it for him. He loves it, and that is Ford versus Chevy. Now, it's not what I would consider a great racing game. It's a licensed game. I do have some of the Ford Racing series, and they're really, I think, fairly decent. But this one has kind of limited options, it seemed like to me, but the racing was decent. So not a great game, but still, for buy one get one free, you can't really beat it. All right, next up was a couple of games I picked up at the thrift store. First one is NPPL Championship Paintball 2009. Now, I am a paintball fan. I don't play as much as I want to. I do have the paintball guns, but being married and having kids, it's really hard to find time to play paintball, but maybe when my son gets older. But I do have Greg Hastings paintball on the Wii, which I really enjoyed. It wasn't the best, but still kind of fulfilled that itch for a paintball game. And this really is quite comparable to that game, I would say. I haven't gotten real far into, let's say, the customization and things of it, but as far as the initial gameplay and stuff goes, it feels very similar. So, not a bad game, but definitely, I mean, it's not the greatest shooter. So, and the next one is one I know all these I say I want to get more into, but this one is Tribes Aerial Assault, and that's made by Sierra and Inevitable. Now, this one looked really interesting. I just saw it at the thrift store, and I'm looking at it. I'm like, well, I've never seen that before. So, anytime you see a game for a couple bucks that you never really heard of before, it looks. I mean, look at that cover. You know, I don't know how well you can see it, but that cover looks pretty sweet. So, this one I definitely was interested in. So I've played it a little bit through a lot of the tutorial and stuff. The tutorial took a little while, so I haven't gotten too much into the real gameplay of it, but definitely doesn't look terrible. So I'll, like some of the other ones, I'll definitely have to give you an update on that, let you know how that is. All right, next one, or the next two are some PS2 games I've been looking for, not for a while, but I definitely have kept my eye out for them. This first one is one that I had when I was a kid, and I traded in. I know I wish I could go back and not trade any of my games in. It would save me a lot of time and money and rebuying games back, but this is one I played a ton when I was a kid, and I really enjoyed it, and that is Tekken 4. Now, in Tekken 4, there's, just like any other, I don't know, any other Tekken game, but it's like the usual Tekken games. There's like a story mode or like some kind of survival mode and stuff, and it's got the characters in it and everything, and I just kind of for the nostalgia factor got this game because I just remember spending so many hours in this, and for whatever reason when I was a kid I always played with Steve, the boxer, but I don't know, I'll definitely get into some more of it here recently. All right, and the last and final one is one that was highly recommended to me, and I honestly can't say that I'm disappointed. I really have enjoyed it. I haven't gotten to look into all the features of it, but that is Virtua Fighter 4 Evolution. And I do have Virtua Fighter 4 on PS2, but this is Virtua Fighter 4 Evolution, which I believe had some different modes and different characters and things in it and accessory items and stuff. So I'm definitely excited to get into this fighting game as I picked up a fight stick for the first time. I never had a fight stick because I've never really been much of a fighting fan because I kind of suck at those games. But I picked up a fight stick recently, been trying to get into some more fighting games and try my hand at it. So might do a gameplay on it or something. So, but yeah, that's my pickup so far. Just for the past couple weeks. Let me know if you like these kind of videos or what kind of videos you want me to do. I know I didn't give much of an introduction, but this is my very first YouTube video, so I know the video's not going to be super stellar, the audio's not going to be super stellar, so just let me know what you think, and hopefully I'll see you next time. Thank you.